Tonight, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's a special Thanksgiving night presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
It is a cold night in western Pennsylvania as we bring you inside Heinz Field here in Pittsburgh. Moments ago, a scene that's played here since 2004. Big Ben Roethlisberger greeted by this sold-out Heinz Field crowd. His Steelers getting set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They've gone a full half season since their last loss, winners of 8 in a row.
And you don't get on win streaks like this without your defense playing a big role. They've created quite an identity, and I know they want and expect this streak to get to 9.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. The number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Now Jackson on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro safety, Mika Fitzpatrick.
Jackson's pass intercepted.
The Steelers set to go on offense, and it is the big man, Big Ben, number 7, Ben Roethlisberger, ready to lead them.
And what he's thinking about right now is first down, let's find a way to make a big play. Because when you get a sudden change situation and that defense has to rush onto the field unexpectedly, you might catch them having a defensive breakdown or not quite prepared.
It was really sudden after the first play picked off. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. This is caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will make it into the end zone. And more, he's going to sit on this one, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game, it leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off, and not the ha-ha, that was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So not his arm, but hurting him with his legs. A gain of 19 on the keeper and a first down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Marquise Brown was the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Then we got to give a little tip of the cap for the defense there. Zone coverage, locked it in tight, made it really difficult because they tried the crossing route against it, and it worked for a completion, but you have to know where the sticks are. 3rd down, didn't get beyond them, no pickup.
They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
And you know he wants to make the most of every carry because he competes with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson, 4 carries and yardage. But Mark Ingram, over 1,000 yards last season. And then the Ravens went out and drafted J.K. Dobbins out of Ohio State in the 2nd round. So now the Ravens potentially have 2 guys to pair with Lamar Jackson in the run game. Wishbone formation, anyone?
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now. Brandon, we saw these defenders fly into the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Flush to his right. The quick feet by Jackson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the 1st down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. Man, Lamar Jackson, we all know it, but he is just so elusive with the football.
I don't care how many times you go through tackling drills at practice and how many different situations you put guys in practice. It's not the same as trying to get Lamar Jackson on the ground. He forced 42 missed tackles last year. That's twice as many as any other quarterback in the NFL. To your point, very difficult to get him down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. A toss play left. There goes Mark Ingram. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. If you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now, 4th and goal from the 2. Jackson from the shotgun, and that is going to be incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. They'll run for the first time with James Conner. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd down. It's Connor fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not get back there. It's a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cox. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
It's a gain of 8.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys? Coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night, guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And here's Jackson on the option. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
Jackson on the keeper.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this carries into the end zone. And more, he's going to sit on this one, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest. From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Duvernay. A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Jackson. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jackson going to run. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this, and it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Now McPhee on the tackle. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They run the counter. Connor. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Boswell on for the field goal. A 31-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage.
17. Ravens 2.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Steelers defense getting ready here for this next possession. And a big reason they have the lead right now, as we see on the screen, they're 3 turnovers.
And how about the emotion now that the defensive team is generating for the entire team? Creating the turnovers, what they call takeaways, and turning those into points for their team. That's why they have the lead, and that's got to be exciting for those guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Jackson on 1st down. Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bud Dupree. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Give to the brother of J.J. This is Derek Watt. He will push his way down to about the 14.
Taken down.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7.
They go with Watt again, the fullback. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. It's caught. And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. And he is going to get stopped at the line of scrimmage. The defense holds here on the final play of the half.
With the score.
So we've reached halftime. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
Justin Tucker.
So tied for the 2nd half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They've gone 2 months without a loss, 8 straight wins for them, and they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row. A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did, that time for a loss.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. This is Johnson. He's got it. And some room to maneuver. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A 1st down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On 2nd down now, it's Connor. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Not your normal call in short yardage, but the toss works very well there. Big people out in front, being physical, and they pick up a 1st down.
And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line.
They're on the stop.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. That's going to be caught. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Deontay Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And more, he's going to sit on this one, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. A running play there, going to get 10 and a quick first down.
The ball carrier brought down at the 35-yard line.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And his throw here is incomplete. Steven Nelson able to get a hand in coverage. Well, the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Mika Fitzpatrick. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Connor. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
At the 21.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. On 1st down, Connor. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Snell. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Now it's the backup Rudolph. A quick throw, but incomplete.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. Now here's Snell. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now.
There have not been a lot of great moments for this defense throughout this game. Finally, they have one they can hang their hat on. A nice stop there.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Mason Rudolph, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
The defense was almost too good on that play. They took away all of his targets. The one thing they forgot, to account for him as a runner. And he's able to tuck it and go for the end zone and get it done.
Extra point now by Boswell. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. That time a 9-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. After the interception, here's Jackson. They go screen. This is Ingram. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the gun, Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground and how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Caught by Snead over the middle.
Jackson.
A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Jackson throwing on target to Brown. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards there and a 1st down. You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we've seen both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze the throwing the way we should have. I think every time we can put...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Minka Fitzpatrick. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On first down, it's Snell again. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The tackle made by L.J. Ford.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Complete.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
They'll look to run with Connor. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Boswell for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Moore, he's going to sit on this one, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened.
And now here is another interception. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
And they will take a knee here. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for the Steelers, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on Washington. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas
today. From Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on Dwayne Haskins and the Washington football team.
We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the Washington football team. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They've been flawless these last couple months. Winners of 9. Nothing on the scoreboard, 0-0 as the offense gets ready to take over the football. First carry for the 2018 Pro Bowler, James Conner. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Conner, the ball carrier.
A check on the numbers last week for Conner. 19 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown as well.
Hey, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does, and they want to make sure they get him there.
Second and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Roethlisberger will hand to Conner. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They run with Conner. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
The tackle by Cole Holcomb.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
16 yards, a 1st down.
But he's certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's Conner. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Just a 1 yard 3-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so...
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Zach Gentry, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator?
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They begin on the ground here with Connor. Shrugs off another. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. He's tackled at the... Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Here we go.
They'll run here with Connor. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Now Connor. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense, and know what they say. Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
On 3rd down, it's Connor. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. They gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Let's see what you got. Let's go, let's go. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
They go play action now. Roethlisberger. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Let's
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
go.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, and it's third and short.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
1st and goal.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for...
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure.
So we are in the final minute now of the first half as this offense gets ready to take over.
180. Check. Walk 54. Walk 54. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Now Roethlisberger back into his end zone. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he will have a 1st down here as they get into field goal range as well, down at the 17-yard line. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him, 15 big yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Strong safety Landon Collins, the one who got a hand in there, knocked it away. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to go up top again and got his man complete. And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's Week 13, so let's get an update on what's going on. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, and it's the Browns who have the lead late in the first half. Baker Mayfield with a couple of touchdown passes. From there, let's get to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they've gone to the half in that one with the visiting Saints out on top. Drew Brees at it again, 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Tyler Boyd, a touchdown reception. In the game you've been watching, it was Ben Roethlisberger who led the way offensively in the first half. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Returning it, Johnson. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
third quarter starts with a run from Connor. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Number 30, James.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage,
And now look at him go. 30, 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big time.
So this offense will head back out there, already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
A good solid game there on first down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
Now 2nd and 6.
On second down, Connor looking for space. Fights loose. Still on his feet. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage. But you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Makes the score Steelers 24, Washington 3.
Field goal, what can this offense do? We're about to find out. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And yes, complete to the tight end, McDonald. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
1st and 10.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves. I love the modern game, but that was a throwback right there to see the big man with football, running, knocking people aside, and picking up yardage. That takes me back to the 60s, the 70s, when pullbacks ruled the earth.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Now, that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage. That was just a good example of taking what the defense gave him. No one opened downfield, knew where his safety valve was, swung it out to him. He gets upfield and picks up the first down. Well done all the way around.
Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Pittsburgh.
Washington.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. And it's 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Now the 3rd-year man from NC State, it's Jalen Samuels. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
A 4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
4th down. Here's Roethlisberger. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And Washington. So they surrendered 3 points, and now after the kickoff, this offense gets ready to take over the football. On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Open man here is Gentry. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Now, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Now following the field goal, what can this offense do? We're about to find out. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down. Shotgun handoff to Samuels. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd down, it's Connor. Fights through and now a crease. A 1st down for Connor and then some. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
The ball carried by the fullback.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Kendall Fuller. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 10-yard line.
Let's go, D. 58, boy, 58, 58, come on. Stay with your man.
Play action. It's Roethlisberger. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Intended for.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
It's our field. Hey, it's our
They go play action with Roethlisberger. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Chase Young, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Now this is incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And Washington. So now we're in the final minute of the game in the 4th quarter as this offense gets ready to take over. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Roethlisberger going to throw it to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver, but it'll be second and goal. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense can crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Third and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, tight down. There you go.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here. Third and goal. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Chase Young make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they
You have a big decision here to make about one of your players. Your player is now ready to play. There is a high chance of re-injury if you play him. It's your decision.